live with another. We are live with another.
It's doing its best.
I did not like that noise.
Give it a sec.
When your tech person says in the middle of your intro.
I swear it's working. Please hold.
Listen. First session,
First session, we're gonna have some tech gremlins. Keep talking, I'll deal with it.
No, it's fine. Whether you can hear me or not, I'm gonna keep talking. This is what I do. My name is Anne, and this is my channel. Welcome. The second of our 2 premieres this week. We're playing a little D&D 5e in Exandria with a little campaign called Shadows of the Lost. And no, it's not going to be the same vibe at all as Monday. The warm, fuzzy, teamwork vibes. Yeah, none of that. This is Wednesday. We're going places. Yup. As I've said before, my name is Anne. I use she, her pronouns, and I will be playing just a little halfling girl named Aya of the Water Ashari. She's been traveling around Taldore, doing that Aramante deal, as Ashari do. She's a Lotus Den halfling. You don't find those in Taldore. What the hell? We'll see about that. And excuse me while I forget the order I predetermined earlier for intros.
I'm gonna next.
I'm gonna throw it over to Elle because I'm a professional streamer.
Awesome. We love a good professional streamer. I am semi-professional, so we do our best over here. So hi, I'm Elle, they, them pronouns, and my character Leah is going to be using she, they pronouns. She's just, a little druid, little ladrin, little sad, but aren't we all? Things have been interesting in the world of Exandria, and it can make any person a little sad and a little stuck in their ways. But I'm excited to be here. I'm excited to play them, and I'm excited to have not friendships with all of you.
Wait, no one tells me about that rule.
All right, and I believe I'm passing it over to Jen next.
Hi, friends. That's me. It is Jen, your aggrieved, your friendly local aggrieved tech. I don't know why the overlay started working. I didn't do anything to it. It just started working. It just took a minute. Hi, I am Jen, your local friendly Californian. I want to go home. I will be playing Thea, your wood elven monk. Certainly as a character. I can be found here and over on the Girls Run These Worlds channel. I'm a fairly unimpressive person otherwise. And I will go ahead and pass it on to, I believe, Mary.
Hi, guys. I'm Mary Jane, but I'm just going to go by Mary to avoid confusion with Jen. My pronoun is she, her, and I will be portraying Ruana Tal Ayal, also she, her, a human malefactor who specializes in weaponizing bad luck. That means I have an excuse for all my nat ones I'm going to be rolling. Look forward to not being any of y'all's friends because that's not allowed anymore. And I will pass it over to the one, the only, our fantastic storyteller.
Hey everyone, I'm Zev. Really excited to be running these 4 through a world that means so much to so many people. I do not know what the vibe of Monday's game was because I was asleep for most of that day, so I missed it. But apparently there were flowers and puppies and sunshine involved, which, yes, will be in short supply. With that being said, let's begin. It has been 23 years. It has been 23 years since the Chroma Conclave shattered Taldore. 23 years since a unprecedented alliance of chromatic dragons arose and then was shattered by the legendary heroes of Vox Machina. This story, however, is not their story.
What?
This story will not be starting in the high halls of palaces and capital cities. Our characters do not begin with the ears of diplomats and archmages, counselors and kings. We begin in a swamp.
God damn it.
We begin
Shrek?
My
In the
favorite
town-
drain.
in the town of Stilben.
Get out my swamp.
No one who comes here plans on staying here, even the
No.
locals.
It's Ohio.
It it is a community inundated with the stench of its environment. However, being a way station for travelers, it is not without taverns and inns, some of which are not terrible. And it is here on a fine summer morning by swamp standards, which means the smell is a little more pungent than one might wish, that we find our characters. So, we are going to start with Rue waking
All
up
right.
in her room in the cracked tankard tavern in Stilben.
Goddamn swamps. Of course you would. Okay. So, how is this room in terms of cleanliness? Have I seen any rats, cockroaches, or other creepy crawlies?
So, you suspect when you moved into this room the night before,
Mm-hmm.
after arriving in Stilben, you had explicitly told the innkeeper you did not want rats. The good news is he delivered. You got a room in the top floor
Uh-huh.
of the cracked tankard,
Yes.
which means you're far away from the rats.
Yes.
You are not, however, far
Uh-oh.
away from the bedbugs. So, your sleep was perhaps a little less comfortable than you would have liked, but it was definitely more comfortable than some of the places you've had to sleep recently.
Well, shit. Since there's bed bugs, I definitely didn't sleep on the bed. I feel like I have. It's been a while. I've learned enough from 3 times being bitten in the past, literally, to check for bed bugs, so I know what I'm looking for. So as soon as I saw that, I was like, nope, guess I'm going on the floor. Slept on the floor all night. It was awful. Woke up paranoid, looking for rats. No rats. Loved that. He did deliver. So I'm sore. I'm aching, but I got what I asked for. So I'm in a pretty good mood as I sort of like open my door and creep back downstairs. Rue is a human woman. She looks to be in her early 20s. She's around 5'8", slender, but there is muscle there. And it's not the vanity muscle of just, working out and making sure you look good. It's the kind of hidden muscle of she's had to, utilize her body to survive in a pretty hostile environment for the most part. She is decently pretty. She looks younger than she is up until you get to her eyes, which are somewhere between a blue and a gray and a green. Her coloration between her eyes, her hair, and her skin, which is pretty tanned and weathered, brings to mind kind of like those overcast mornings where the sun is just coming up and everything's kind of in its pastels. She seems very, very muted. except for these like pinpricks of light in her eyes as she's taking in everything around her constantly. She's wearing leather armor that looks to have been pretty decently used, but there is finally sort of like embedded in her leather armor. She's got a very brilliantly blue shawl over her shoulders that counteracts the kind of like pastel of her colorations. And on it is a pretty expensive looking pin of a stag with like long, big antlers. Looks to be a silver pin. Some of it has been oxidized, but some of it is still like bright and shiny from where she rubs it a lot as she, gets together, makes sure she's looking presentable, sort of ruffles her hair, which she keeps going for longer than it actually is, and then remembers that she chopped it short. One side is sort of longer than the other, giving Renfrey vibes from The Witcher 3 or The Witcher Netflix series, if anybody's seen that, as she kind of walks downstairs with her rapier and her dagger holstered, sort of looking around. Is there anyone on the lower floor, anybody who I can try and get breakfast from?
Yes. So it being summer, sleeping in is a difficult proposition, especially in a tavern. So there are a couple clients, most of whom do not look to have slept very well, and some serving staff already looking a little harried. Mostly human, a couple halflings, and one half orc, who is behind the bar cleaning a tankard that looks like he's cleaned it multiple times. From the sleep in his eyes, he's maybe not completely awake, so he's just standing there.
Oh no. I will approach and sort of kind of like rap a little bit on the bar to get his attention. Give him sort of a pitying look as I just say, was it the bed bugs for you too?
What? No, it's gotta admit it's the smell. You hear him sniff through a congested nose, and immediately he looks just like he turns a little greener than he already is.
I'd recommend crushed pine needles, but I didn't find any, seeing as you're in a swamp and all that.
Yes.
What do you have to eat that will stay in the belly longest?
Well, we've got eggs and rashers of bacon.
Eggs and bacon. I'll take it. How much?
Pulls out a little cheat sheet from under the bar top, looks at it, squints, rubs his eyes again. 3 copper.
I will pay him 5 copper and go and sit very Strider-esque at a table in the corner just so I can keep an eye on what's going on. But it's not like in a malicious way. It's just in a curious way of new place. I want to see what it's got to offer.
Okay. Which brings us to, let's see. Aya, would you like to introduce yourself?
Aya is a 3-foot halfling with like a short black bob, short hair. She wears I would say like tribal robes almost. There are blues and teals, and then she has leather armor on top of it. Hold on, what is she wearing? I just wanted to double check. Oh no. Anyway, she's wearing brown leather armor over top of like her tribal clothing, and she I guess she would be like hanging out outside. She doesn't particularly, she's an outdoorsy girl, and part of what she loves to do is actually go tree climbing. And rather than stay in the inn, she has found some place outside to kind of, sleep at, because, she's used to being
Okay.
outside. I don't know if there are trees near the swampy areas of Stillben.
So the unfortunate reality of Stillben is everything is a swamp. You
Everything
are
is a swamp.
right. You are right in the middle of uh, the Katal swamp.
Right.
That's the bad news. The good news is there are quite a lot of trees.
Mm.
So it is not hard for you to find a tree to sleep in.
Yeah.
You are awoken by a mixture of several factors. The first thing is the smell.
Ugh.
As the day's heat hits the swamp mud around the base of the tree. The second is a feeling like of something kind of bark like bonking off your shoulder. And then it
What?
happens again.
What the hell? Um. So it's like someone hitting me with a branch or a stick or something.
It's like something hits you, and then a couple heartbeats later, you hear a little plop like something's hitting the ground.
Hey. What? She goes to investigate what's happening.
Okay. Uh please roll me please roll me perception. Our first
First roll of the game. First roll of the
first
game.
roll of the game.
Oh
Set the
no,
tone.
this is already going well. 14.
Okay, you kind of jolt up on the branch you're sleeping on. What? Look left, look right, nothing. Look down, nothing. Look up. There are 3 squirrels about 20 feet above your head. Little dark brown squirrels with red tip tufts coming from the tips of their ears, and one of them is just taking little chunks of bark and hucking them at you.
Come on, guys. Why is it always like this? And she immediately like just starts interacting with them as if they were people. She's like, "Come on, I was just visiting." I don't actually have like speak with animals or anything,
Oh
but
yeah,
hold on.
they just are chittering loudly
Hold
at
on.
you,
Let
and one of
me
them hucks another piece of bark.
hold on. Let me double check something.
That's yours, not mine.
Me too, dogs. Me too.
Oh, okay. It doesn't actually give me anything because I am a child of the wood. But that doesn't really help. Yeah, so she just says, "All right, I'm leaving. I need to go get some food anyway." And she hops off the tree and kind of makes obscene gestures at the really mean what are they, squirrels?
Yep.
Yeah. Man, try to find a tree to go sleep at, and the squirrels are such dicks.
In before I homebrew giant squirrel stats for the BBEG.
No, we don't need this. Not like this.
Okay. The closest
Favored
tavern
enemy squirrel.
the closest tavern to you is a 2-story affair. Blocky building propped up with a number of angled pillar columns of wood with no lettering on its sign, just a carving of a tankard that has been cracked down the middle.
Okay. what does the sign say at this inn? I was like,
Doesn't say anything. The only thing it has is the image of
oh,
a cracked tankard.
huh. Go figure. I'm gonna go inside and check it out.
Okay. You walk in, uh, and you see about a half dozen patrons, mostly tired. I'm going to ask for another perception roll.
Things are going well for me tonight. 10.
I'm going to say that's enough because, unlike when our good hobbits arrived uh, in the town that they were told to go to in the movies and the books, it is not late at night.
Bree?
There is, yes, there is sunlight coming through the windows. There are no corners that are particularly dark. So you can see the figure sitting in the corner, wearing battered but well-made leather armor and a slightly violently blue shawl.
Oh, jeez.
Do I need to make any sort of perception to notice Aya coming in, or since I'm keeping watch?
You're keeping watch. You
Okay.
see the halfling enter.
I'm immediately clocking you, and it's not the respectful stranger. Oh, you glance once and look away. Since if you're not immediately making eye contact, I'm just like propping my chin on my hands and just watching you as you come in with that like kind of half smile on my face. You are just having a great time back there, aren't you? Yeah. I don't know where this dog came from, but it's in the tavern now, I guess.
Can I roll an insight check and try to vibe check this random person that's just staring at me?
Absolutely. Roll me an insight check.
Come on. Okay. 12. I'm not rolling great today.
You're getting it out of the way.
It's true.
A 12?
Okay.
Yeah, it's a 12 insight.
She doesn't look to be from around here. There's no hostility. There's just sort of curiosity. When you look at her, Rue just gives you a sort of like quiet little smile, like not with her teeth, just like little lips turning up, a little bit of a wave. And she doesn't want to be rude, so she will nod and glance away, sort of waiting for her food.
Aya kind of nods slowly back at her, and she has a moment. She has a moment where she like thinks about it, and then she goes to the counter or like to the bar and orders some food.
Okay. You are sold what is their standard breakfast package, eggs and bacon, which costs you 3 copper.
Yeah, I'll pay 3 copper, and then I point to the table where the stranger that was staring at me was sitting, and just say to the barkeep or whoever's working there, just like, I'm gonna go sit with her.
Okay.
And then she walks over to Rue and says, hey, so what's your deal?
And before you continue with that, we have 2 people who do not sleep very long. So, you both make the same sound with the last part of your name. So,
3 of them do.
Which one was that?
Leah, oh my god.
I spared you. Let it be known that I
Thank
spared you.
Man, we could have all
Thea.
matched.
That would have been very funny.
How waking up from your meditation in the cracked tankard inn, how do you wake up?
Are you talking to Thea or Leah?
I think Thea.
Okay.
Thea.
Okay. So Thea meditates kind of in the corner of her room, with her cloak drawn around her. She cuts a fairly small figure as she's kind of sitting crisscross applesauce in the corner, and as she wakes, she stands almost silently. This quiet cloaked figure standing at about 5'5", 5'6". The details of her face are still hidden in the shadows of a forest green cloak. Of course, she sleeps with the hood up, because it's just funnier that way. She wakes up from her trance, kind of rubs the sleep from her eyes, and almost silently again loops her arm through the handle strap of her bag, and without a word exits the room and enters out into the common area, this quiet cloaked figure. And as she moves, the camera kind of pans around a little bit to see very visible evidence of this cloak having been very obviously mended and darned and sewn in many spots, most likely from the catching of branches or oops, my knife slipped and there goes my cloak. And as she moves, the cloak flutters, revealing a simple but well-crafted, close-fitting sleeveless tunic. The ragged hems at the shoulders tell a tragic tale of a hard-fought battle with a blade, a needle, and thread.
Sleeves are bullshit.
Sleeves are bullshit. She lifts her head as she kind of comes out into the almost oppressive sunlight. She had the curtains drawn. She is not in the sun yet, revealing a surprisingly small face framed by a few dark red flyaway strands of hair, the rest of it held back by a double braided headband of her own hair. Whatever is behind that is hidden within the shadows of the cloak's hood. Again, #edgy. Sharp gray eyes peer out from beneath the hood, kind of scanning the room as she takes in the patrons of this sleepy little inn. Takes a fleeting glance around, and even a passing sweep is enough for her to reveal small details. The slight limp of the bartender as he turns to retrieve, hopefully, a non-alcoholic drink at 8 a.m. The stains on the bar stools, the slight cracks in the floor where someone was probably suplexed through a table. Kind of takes in the patrons, very clearly assessing for threats. Again, at like fucking 8 a.m. I assume I see none, but that's really a question for you, my dear Zev.
So you look around the common room and you see very little that strikes you as threatening. That is until your eyes fall on a corner table where a human woman and a halfling woman are sitting together at this table. And as you watch, a human server comes out with 2 big plates of eggs and bacon, with what looks like some bread, some thick country bread on one of the plates, which are brought over to the two. The human woman gets the platter with the bread.
Can I, sorry if I'm interrupting. Can I make a perception check to see if I'm being clocked as a threat? Since I've got a server coming over, I'm obviously gonna look at my food. Can I see if there's anything else? Wow, I see two
Sure.
different
Is there a
shepherds coming to
Floki?
the tavern.
Guys, go get your treats. Go downstairs. I'm working.
Really?
Okay, so yes, you can roll me a perception check.
Okay.
Baby!
Perception. I'm
sweet
not very good at
babies.
that. That would be a 17.
Okay, you definitely see the small figure that has entered the common area, and you see that figure notice
Advertised.
you and
How dare you.
your new companion.
Thea, you would see the human lift her eyes. Can't quite place the color. I think from your description, you would recognize the same look that she's giving you as the one you're giving her, except instead of just, are you a threat? There's more curiosity towards it, of an anticipation of what are you bringing to the table as you step inside the room. She gauges you. She sees it. There's another dog. There's all these dogs in the
There's
tavern.
a
We
dog
don't know
all
where
over the
they're coming
bartender.
from.
All over the
Oh
bartender.
my god, we gotta get these dogs out of here. They're gonna get my bacon. But you see that sort of like that look that you may or may not recognize of coming from the same place, and then she returns her attention back to the halfling.
Thea will kind of carefully regard this human woman, and after a moment of observing, they don't appear to be using bacon and bread to murder people, or try and kill me for that matter. She will quietly glide across the room. Not really glide, just to walk. She fucking walks. And claim a seat at a small, at one of the edges of the room. Sits with her back to the corner, next to the window, kind of maintaining a general awareness of what is happening outside as well as what is happening inside. Close enough to hear, or at least close enough to attempt to hear, any conversation that is going on either immediately outside or inside.
Which brings us to our final character, Leah. How do you wake up from your trance?
So I think that Leah spent the majority of her night on the roof and climbed back in. And so when she comes out of her trance, she's a little sore from maneuvering up onto the roof and staying there for most of the night. But she just does a quick check, make sure that she has everything in her room that she entered with. Does she have everything in her room that she entered with?
Yes, you do.
Good.
No one took advantage of you having climbed out of your room's window to go in through your room's door. So
She
all
would
your
have
belongings
locked
are
the
there.
door and only gone in and out through the window.
This party, day one, I love them so much.
I don't know what you expected.
I will say that if you had left the door unlocked, Rue definitely would have gone in the wrong room, seen your stuff, and been like, "Oh, that's not mine." Closed the door and found a right room. Just like, sorry, that's okay, my bad.
So I think after doing general inventory check, Leah makes sure that everything's ready, and then she will make her way downstairs. She carries everything that she has on her so that no one can go up to her room and take it, and she still locks the door behind her when she goes down.
Okay.
What does she look like?
All right, so they're coming down the stairs is a fairly tall, also elven woman, but she looks different from other elves that you've seen. Her skin is not the tan of wood elves or the pale of the high elves or the tattooed of the ones who are marked. It is bright and almost golden, like the final hours of summer before a sunset. And it is covered in freckles that are not darker than the skin, but seem to glow with a yellow light. And she is wearing surprisingly colorful leather armor, and her arms are bare, showing off more of those freckles and showing a muscular physique. The only thing she wears on her arms and hands are a finger guard and an arm guard that an archer would wear, because archers should wear arm guards if they are practicing archery.
I don't need the skin on my forearm. What are you talking about?
We do it for the aesthetic.
And she, much like her elven friend, not companion, elven person who is also an elf, elven person who's an elf as well.
Cousin?
Hopefully not. I don't think they're cousins.
Elven menace.
Elven
Elven wife.
menace. Yeah. Immediately married. No, nothing else going on. She also has a dark cloak, and while the inside seems to be just standard dark, the outside is speckled with small silver, what appear to be constellations that are hand sewn. Her hair is long and braided. It is reddish orange of a summer sunset, and her eyes are bright orange, like the campfire of summer, because we're summer.
Oh, I love it.
And the most notable feature is that she has a very long scar across her right eye, going from just a little past the eyebrow to down to the mouth. And she will look over the room, also assessing if there are any threats.
Well, you see the collection of clientele, but you also see
16 perception. Same look.
you see a human woman, a table where a human and a halfling are sitting together. The human woman is watching you with a curious expression. And you can also see off in a corner a different corner, let us say,
So many corners.
is there's only 4. You take what you can get.
We can each have one.
Yeah.
In one of the other corners is a solitary figure wearing a many times patched cloak. Who I promised you was not an NPC.
And in this other corner.
And this other corner is Thea.
In the other corner!
Wow!
Oh my god, Eric just suddenly appears. Oh, how did I miss him?
There's an air of not exactly nervousness, but a little bit of wariness combined with the curiosity of the human's gaze, and Leah will raise their eyes to meet this unfamiliar human and give just the littlest of nods, a nod of acknowledgement, a nod of seeing you, and from across the room, knowing the look in your eye and having the same look. And
you get a full smile back at that, and a deeper nod of welcoming.
And then Leah will make her way over to the other elf in the room.
Okay.
And also with her back to a wall, sit down
I love
and
it.
look over with a guarded expression.
The other elf meets your eyes evenly. You can tell that she is guarded, assessing you. And at least at first glance, her face is quite impassive and not readable on the surface. You do sense an undercurrent of suspicion, but it is the same look with which you can see her eyes flicking between the door, the window, the other table. It is not unique to you, but there is an undercurrent of suspicion.
I like the work on your little cloak. Did you do it yourself?
I did.
It's good. I swear if I didn't have a spell for that kind of thing, I'd be a little lost.
Use magic for it.
Sometimes I didn't use it to make the cloak or any clothing or dye it, but it's easier than the alternative. It's less costly, at least.
Sorry, can I help you?
I don't know. You seem interesting, and there ain't a lot going on that's interesting in this town.
Not wrong there.
I won't ask any personal questions if that makes you nervous.
Fantasy June 8th. It's June 8th. Fantasy June 8th.
No. God damn it.
Oh, thank you. I was needing to label this, but I lost track of the dates when I was going through the forest. It gets very hard to tell by the moon when you can't see the moon. And Leah will pull out of her pack this giant journal. It seems to be stuffed with more and more pages. She flips to a page, and you can see that it is a star map, and she scribbles something on the top.
You appear to have piqued this person's interest. She kind of like straightens up in her chair a little bit and just kind of casually looks down at it.
Oh, are you interested in astronomy?
Cartography.
Oh, good. I had some friends who were interested in cartography. I know enough about the stars to get around without a map, but it can be a little challenging sometimes if it's cloudy.
I don't mean to be rude, but do you need something?
I just wanted to make sure you were alone by choice and not by circumstance.
How loud are they talking?
That's a good question.
I mean, I'm not whispering. Like, I think Thea has a like quiet tone to her voice, not because she's trying to, but because that's just how she talks right now. But she's not trying to hide her speech or anything.
It's mainly the alone by choice bit.
Leah doesn't seem to hide what they're saying, so you could probably hear.
It's also early in the morning. No one else is really having much conversation. So
Yeah.
your conversation does stand out because everyone else is either eating suffering through some hair of the dog,
Or
or wondering why they got up this morning.
I know I am.
So I feel like Rue and Aya would probably also be having a conversation because Aya did ask her a question, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're probably also conversing at this point, which I'll jump back to. But if I hear the alone by choice, Rue does stiffen a little at that in offense at that comment, even though she doesn't like turn around and mean mug anyone or anything like that. But there is a little bit of stiffness, just like, okay, rude. As she returns her focus to Aya, who I believe you came up to me and asked me, "What's my deal?"
Yeah, that was like, hey, what's your deal?
Okay,
Like,
you
totally. She's totally friendly about it, but she saw the curiosity, so she like preempted it by asking. Like, she's also curious now. It's like, what?
It's the same energy. Like, Ruth sort of leans forward and is just like, "It's kind of a long story, but I guess the short of it is I'm looking for a teleportation circle. What's your deal?"
I'm on a quest. The Armente. I'm supposed to do all these trials and become the leader of my tribe. Ugh. And she rolls her eyes at it, and she like gestures at her outfit. It's like Ashari.
Of your face.
Water. Ashari. Don't worry about it.
Does it ring any bells?
She just.
I'm going to say you can.
She just starts downloading the story of her life.
You can roll me either history or politics.
I don't have politics. This is a VTM. I wish.
Wait, history
it's just history.
Yeah, there's no
pretty much just history in 5e.
Listen,
I would
the
character sheet.
I would be expecting.
Yeah, it's gonna be history. It's gonna be history.
That's a natural 19, 21.
Okay, with the 21, from your education as a child, you know about the Ashari in kind of a dry school book. Oh yes, there are these mildly isolationist groups that live in these 4 communities. Mostly tend to be druids, according to the books. But what you also are aware of, again, from your education and your history and past connections, is that at the very least, the Arashari have become very famous, with a lot of stories being told about a Arashari druid by the name of Keyleth.
Okay. You clock a look of very vague recognition in the human's eyes when you say, "Ashari, water," and you gesture to your robes. And she's nodding and looking at you, her face kind of screwed in concentration. This close, you see she's got a little scar on her chin that she seems to sort of worry at as she focuses, as she tries to match your energy and say, "Nobility, Tal Ayal."
Oh, nobility, like super powerful people. Okay. Yeah.
Sort of. Kind of. Not me. Not anymore. I'm out in the middle of butt fuck nowhere, but quest.
The noble odyssey. I have to complete these tasks and meet with the other Ashari tribes. Yeah, I'm meant to replace the current Heart of the Tides when I complete this journey. I haven't gotten very far yet, but you know, I'm here. she has this like, straight out of high school energy. Like, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm a new adult. I don't know what I'm doing.
Aw.
That kind of
Well,
energy.
How young does she
Yeah.
look?
She's a halfling, but she looks like she's okay. So she looks like a halfling in her early 20s. But
Uh-huh.
for a halfling, that's like fresh out of high school. So like halfling
She's-
adulthood is like 20-ish, 21. So
She's
yeah,
baby.
she is very baby, but she's also like been essentially sent to do this thing because she's next.
That's menacing.
Sounds fun.
You definitely get that like underlying nervous energy of like, yeah, it's a great honor, but I am so terrified that I might fail, you know. Oof.
Well, I don't think there are any Ashari in checks notes. Stilben.
I have no idea how I got here, honestly. I kind of got turned around and ended up in a tree. I never intended to be in the swamp.
Have you had breakfast?
I haven't. Actually, I just ordered some breakfast and it's meant to I told them I would eat here, so.
And
she looks around.
Rue raises her voice at this time, so it will definitely carry to the two elves. This is kind of conveniently after the making sure you're not alone by choice type thing. She says, and what she hopes is an inviting voice, I've heard the bacon and eggs here are really good.
Yeah.
Swivels around to glance at both of the other two, then swivels back pointedly to make sure Aya has attention.
Subtle. I love it.
It's not subtle at all. This is nobility's job is to be welcoming, and that politeness has never left her, even if it is sometimes aggressive in its form.
Aya definitely feels the aggressive politeness, and she just kind of glances over at the direction that Rue glanced over to the other elves and just kind of waves in a shy, tiny, like, hi. Just very timidly, like, I'm sorry for my friend vibes.
You're met with a steely gray gaze.
Leah will wave back, I think. Just, a little wave.
Yeah, there's very clearly I'm sorry for my friend expression on her face.
After a long moment of steely grays, if you will, gray, I don't know. After a long moment of that, hi Zeph, how you doing? You get the barest hint of a nod.
And then Aya turns back to Rue and says, what I really want to do is
you're muted.
Find
I can hear.
I can hear you.
Interesting. You went dark for me for a sec. Never mind, I'm so sorry.
It's good. Thanks for looking out. Yeah, so what I really want to do right now is find a wolf and make friends with it. And yeah, that's kind of my current goal. I know that there aren't any wolves in the swamp, but that's kind of like my current goal. I want to train up a wolf and ride it into battle. That's like one of the things that I've been wanting to do for years.
Okay.
And she's not being quiet at all about this, so the elves can definitely hear this.
You see the facade, this carefully crafted, like impassive face slip a little bit, and just the the slightest hint of like a vague sense of confusion kind of cross her face for a moment.
Leah mostly looks intrigued and slightly confused as well.
You want to find a wolf so you can befriend it and ride it into battle.
Yeah, I mean, so the Arashari have these things that they ride. It's almost like they're surfing on air. They're called what are they called? I don't remember what they're called.
Wait. Aren't you a little young to be going off and fighting?
I mean, I'm just barely an adult, sure. But the leader of the Water Ashari is about to retire in like 5 to 10 years, so they wanted me to get a head start on this quest so I can eventually replace her.
Did
I
they
mean,
give you
this
any
sort of thing. Sorry, this sort of thing takes a while.
Did they give you any place to start? Like, go here, talk to this person, or were they just like, get the fuck out of the house? See you later.
Well, so I'm supposed to go to the different Ashari communities and complete a task for them. And she thinks for a minute. She's like, I have to go to the continent of Isora and go to visit Pyra and hang out with the Fire Ashari for a bit. I also have to go to Terra and hang out with the Earth Ashari. I believe that's like way up north. Yeah, and I have to go to Zephyra to hang out with the Arashari too. Yeah, they're supposed to give me something to do, like some big task. Yeah, dangerous stuff, but have to learn to fight and do things eventually, right? Can't stay at home forever, especially when home is in the middle of the Osmic Sea and there's really not much to do.
Okay, well, I don't know where any of them are. I turn to the table to look at the two other elves. Do you know where any of the Ashari tribes are?
Hey, Zeb, do we know where the Ashari tribes are?
Yeah, do we know where the Ashari tribes are?
Hey, God.
Okay, so,
I'm like cutting up my bacon very nicely while doing everything.
So I would like both of you to roll me history. And in fact, Rue, you may. No, I'm not gonna make you roll again. With the
My 21?
with the 21, you know that the location of 1.
Oh shit.
But not in a specific way, in a general way. You know that somewhere north of Craghammer, up in the Cliffkeep Mountains, all the way up in the north of Taldore,
God damn it,
is rumored to be the village of Terra.
Oh shit.
But you don't know for sure because they aren't hugely involved with the wider world.
Okay.
You said you want history checks from us?
Yes.
I've got a dirty 20.
Okay.
I've got a dirty 18. I don't know why I said dirty 18, but
Okay. So I would say, Leah, you don't. Your family would have known roughly where Zephyra is, roughly. By the knowing things is the nature
Mhm.
of the environment you grew up in.
Yeah.
But the Ashari never gathered a lot of attention from your family because they don't get involved historically, so they don't really give you guys a reason to pay a lot of attention to them. Kind of like the rest of the world, largely ignores the Ashari. Now, Thea, with an 18. Oh, you've heard about the Ashari. You've heard about those snooty Arashari and their oh so perfect fucking princess who's out there saving the fucking world. Yeah, you've heard about them. You don't know where any of them are, but you know they're out there.
So I think the answer that Thea gives is, have you tried asking one?
I mean, I got a vague recollection of where Zephyr is, if that helps. Also, if you need like a wolf companion to ride on, I can turn into a wolf for a little bit.
Rue
Aya
points
looks
at Leah. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
Aya looks a little bit like she. There's lots of druids in her tribe, but none of them have ever recommended that they shape change and offered her to ride them, because that feels a little weird. So she just gives a very kind of unsure look about this offer, and then she slowly says, thank you for the offer. Hi, my name's Aya, by the way.
Hi, I'm Leah. It's not something that you gotta take me up on. I know it's a little weird, but it's a placeholder.
Sure. There's nothing wrong with weird, and she just feels really awkward about the offer now.
Leah either doesn't seem to realize or is ignoring it.
Are you a wolf that turns into a person, or a person that turns into a wolf?
What an interesting question. Who knows?
Wolf that turns into a person. I eat a bit of bacon.
I mean,
Well,
either way, it's really cool. I eat my bacon, and it's like the alternating. They don't eat it like after Rue eats, she eats. It's almost like really weirdly timed. Like
I'm
almost
definitely like
intentional.
keeping an eye on it. There's that kind of big sister vibe of make sure you pack your snacks, make sure you're eating your protein. As I will, while you're eating, just relay what I know about the village of Terra and how, like, I've heard rumors. I don't know how true they are because it's rumors. You can never quite trust it.
Yeah.
And then she pauses to like let you speak in silence, but there's suddenly a look of like concern and deep contemplation on her face. She's considering what to say next.
They kind of told me the general area, but I don't specifically know where the Earth Ashari are, but I'm vaguely familiar with the general area you mentioned, or at least familiar in that I know where it is on a map. I've never actually been.
When Rue speaks next, it's like a different tonal shift, like a completely different vibe from the very upfront and curious individual that you've been dealing with. I think everybody picks up on it if they're paying attention to her, where it suddenly becomes very contemplative, and the way that she chooses her words becomes incredibly careful, as if all of a sudden she is loading bullets into the chamber of a gun. As she just says, I've heard it's north of Craghammer. Maybe get some experience under your belt traveling and fighting before you take a chance up there.
Okay. Well, I was thinking actually that I might try to find the Air Ashari first. The leader of the Air Ashari is a super famous adventurer, and would I know that she's a super famous adventurer from all the way on the Osmond Sea in Vesra? I feel like I would know, right?
You
Or I
Scanlan
would have heard
songs.
of her.
They're
Yeah.
viral.
you I mean, you know about all the other communities.
Yeah.
But finding them and finding your way to them is a part of the journey, so you weren't exactly given a map.
How?
I mean, I figured I'd just make my way up north, maybe go to Amon. Like, you gotta go where there's people if you want to find stuff out, right?
How old are you?
I am halfling 18, which I believe is, hold on, let me double check. I actually goofed on this.
Hold on, I have a calculator that I made.
No, I'm I'm a halfling 18, which means I'm 20. Because halflings reach adulthood at 20 and not 18, which was a mistake I made.
Leah
ago,
looks
but...
mildly horrified. They send you out on your own at 20? You're a baby.
I mean,
It's quite old, actually.
Is it?
Well, not for us.
I mean, these things take time, and I have to be ready for when the Heart of the Tides retires. Someone's
have
gotta
a
be
map?
ready to come over. I produce a, hold on, let me see if do I have a map in my inventory? Can I have a map in my inventory?
No, you cannot. No maps.
No maps. Just a general map of Tal'Dorei with like, just like, well, we're here. Here's the swamp.
Wait, so you do have a map?
Can I have one? I forgot to put
Yes.
stuff in my.
Okay.
Yes, you have a map, and it is a pretty
Wow.
good map.
Oh, what
It's
is
a map of.
map?
Look at Dan.
It's a map
You
of
have a
the
map of Tal'Dorei. You have a very general map of Tal'Dorei.
Yep. So we're right here in this swamp. There's Stillben.
Correct.
Yeah. A different. So the Ashari are definitely off the map and off the grid, so to speak. Although, from what I understand, the Air Ashari will become super political. So if we go to places like Iman, and she points to Iman on the map, like super further up north, and she's like, I'm sure we could find like a super famous Air Ashari if we talk to people over
Have
there.
I ever met a super famous Arashari in Amon?
Nope.
I give her... Super famous Arashari are not just ones around Amon.
Is there more than one super famous Arashari?
I'm sure they've got some other cool guy who did something. We just don't know about it because Keyleth took up the entire spotlight. I'm sorry, Kiwi took up the entire spotlight.
She's, well, that makes sense. She's the what do they call her? The heart of, what is it? The voice of the Tempest.
Yes.
Well, that would make sense. She's the voice of the Tempest.
Look, I know where
all of the important Ashari have like super fancy like titles. The leader of the Water Ashari is the Heart of the Tides. Yeah, and the leader of the Airshar is the voice of the Tempest.
That's really cool. What I'm saying is I've never seen her in a mom before. So, and I lived there for a long fucking time. So,
yeah, I mean,
maybe you start small, get more comfortable with your environment, find the. How about this? We don't focus on the quest. We focus on finding a wolf that isn't Leah. Maybe one of Leah's friends. I'm Rue, by the way. It's nice to meet you.
Huh? I'd never said my name.
I thought you did. You
No.
introduced yourself. Oh, you didn't?
No.
This nice golden woman over here, by the way. That's my mistake. I apologize.
It's all right.
I could have sworn you said your name.
Sorry, it's I screw that up too sometimes.
It's all right. I
It's
said
fine.
it out of character enough times.
We goofed. I think Aya will just turn to the other elves and is just like, I mean, we're practically talking even though we're not really. She looks to Thea, who hasn't really said much, but she'll just say, I'm Aya, by the way, and she starts the introductions and yeah. Invites them to introduce themselves if they want to or not.
Thea.
Oh, what a coincidence. I'm Leah. Look at us matching.
Oh my goodness.
And in Elvish, Leah will ask Thea, how good is the map that the little halfling has?
Thea's eyes will kind of flick to where Aya had the map unfurled. Kind of take a second to look over it. Look back at Leah. Passable.
Do you two care to tell us what you just talked about, or are we already going to keep secrets at the table? This isn't
number
common,
one-
it's directly the two of you.
Number one, they're technically not at the table. And then number two, in Elvish, she says, they were just talking about the map. Don't worry about it.
Do you say that in Elvish or common?
No, and then she says in common, they're just talking about my map.
I just didn't want to offend you if you had made it or someone close to you had made it. So, you know, it's always better to approach situations with tact.
I mean, the maps that are available, in Vesra are not necessarily the highest quality of maps, but it
It's
has
mass
all the
market.
information I need.
That's fair.
You
I
may
mean,
need something
Passable's
a tad
good.
more detailed.
Passable is good. I'll take it.
It's not good, it's passable. Otherwise, they would be the same word, not two different ones.
I mean,
Oh my god.
That's not the hill I want to die on. So, do you have anyone going with you for this Aramanthe?
no, it's I haven't done much. I'm still kind of in the process of maybe finding some support, making friends. I guess that's the beginning.
You want to make
Yeah.
friends?
I mean, I have never ventured out of Vesra before, so I guess that's the place to start, is to find people to travel with.
Thea's
All
gaze
right.
kind of begins to drift out the window as they start talking about friends.
I mean,
I'm like shoveling to finish my breakfast. Like as soon as they both started talking in Elven, Rue is just trying to finish her breakfast. Like there seems to be a sense of urgency, someone lit a fire under her seat. And she's trying to continue with her day.
Yeah, I makes a point to speak in like common,
Yeah.
even if they aren't.
So does Leah transitions back to common after the question to Thea, and they turn to Rue. Hey, you gotta be careful. You're gonna choke if you go too fast.
I
Don't
appreciate
forget
the
to
concern.
hydrate.
Oh
Thank
yeah,
you.
water's important.
Can I get some tea over?
Is there
Okay.
an empty glass with where Rue is?
She drained
There's
her
an-
glass. Yeah.
She will, with a flick of her wrist, fill up the cup with water.
Ooh, fancy.
Yeah,
Thank you. I
just
appreciate that.
yeah, just don't choke on your breakfast.
Try not to. That would be a really stupid way to die, but I wouldn't put it past me. I've got terrible luck. Gonna continue eating. But I will. There is a fond sort of smile at Aya, and as she's eating, she's just going to say, "Sorry, wait, my manners." And she'll finish her mouthful, and then look at Aya and say, "I would recommend. This is just me. I'm sure the others have a different point of view. If you're looking for support or looking for a place to go, the nobility in Taldore is obligated to take in visitors, especially if they're visitors of some rank. So I'm actually going to go see if there's anyone important in town that I can go talk to, just to get a lay of the land. You are welcome to come with me if you want. Maybe we can ask about wolves. I haven't seen any in a while since I've been in the swamps. But
I was actually considering the Hold on, I know names.
we all
I
look
know
at the map.
geography.
I'm pulling up a map now too. If you
Well,
will let her, Rue
wolves.
will kind of peer over your shoulder while you're navigating the map.
Yeah, and she points to the Vesper Timberlands and she says, "I was actually considering looking for wolves here." You know, Vesper Timberlands sounds like a place where there might be wolves.
Is that north or south? Because I'm dumb and I can't see it because I'm blind.
It's
North.
Oh wait, no, it's not on the right continent. Never mind. Sorry.
I think you're
misremembered
thinking
where that
of.
was.
I think you're thinking of the Parchwood Timberlands.
Rue,
which
very
are-
gently moving your hand to the
No!
correct continent.
No, it's not on the map. She's pointing at the Parchwood Timberlands, but she says Vesper Timberlands because she's confused. She got
okay.
the Timberlands mixed up.
Do I know anything about the Parchwood Timberland?
Sure. Roll me. What would that be?
Say less, Bessie.
Nature?
Well, that's the question, isn't it? Because it's
I would like to. I'll make it easy for you. Specifically,
Okay.
I would like to history check because I want to know what if I have heard anything sussy about the region from my classes. If anything would have stuck out to me in particular, as this place is fucking dangerous.
Okay.
Leah would like to know if there are indeed any wolves there. So would that be a nature check?
that would definitely be a nature check.
Awesome. I love doing nature checks. It's my favorite thing.
Thea will just quietly be like, the bramble would be more convenient, probably.
That's a 17 on my history check.
All right. It's
Interesting, interesting.
number. It's going to be 22 for the nature check.
Okay. So, what you know about the Parchwood Timberlands is that not much is actually known about the Parchwood Timberlands.
Sick.
They are a significant forest. Kind of think of it like in the real world, in our world, the taiga forest,
Jesus.
which runs across northern Siberia. It's very cold. It's very forbidding. So there's probably wolves there. Yeah. There's probably a lot of other things in there too that are more dangerous than wolves. There are no settlements.
Any idea about the bramblewood?
Bramblewood.
That's not going to be the best idea. There isn't any civilization to help you, and There are wolves, but there are a lot of things that eat the wolves and would probably eat you too.
With a nature
So-
check of dirty 20.
Oh shit!
With a dirty 20, you're like, okay, Parchwood Timberlands. I don't know anything about them. What about the Bramblewood? And you think about it, and you remember some traveler descriptions you've heard of the Bramblewood. It is not as cold, but that doesn't make it any more hospitable. It is full of thorn-barked trees and deadly beasts. Things go into the Bramblewood. They don't necessarily come out of the Bramblewood.
Yikes!
But there is Western.
I was going to say
Yes.
the Parchwood
At least there's
Timberlands has,
Western.
the Parchwood Timberlands does have Whitestone.
They gotta go
But that's
through
really
the Timberland
fun.
to get to Whitestone.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's true. Ooh,
So I think
man.
the official diagnosis would be the Bramblewood would be perhaps no less dangerous, but perhaps a little bit more convenient.
Maybe we can get some wolves a little later. Focus. I think what Rue said is a good suggestion, meeting with the nobility.
Oh, you guys are coming? Are you looking for something as well? In the words of my companion here, what's your deal, I guess?
Just passing through.
Yeah, just passing through, try and find my way in the world.
Okay. That's not suspicious at all. Yeah, if you want to come
It ain't
talk
more
to a noble.
suspicious than you. You're a
Well-
person in beat up armor just sitting in a tavern staring at everybody. That's kind of weird.
Oh, no, I'm doing that because I'm trying to make sure no one's going to attack me when I'm not watching. That's why I'm doing that. The armor's beat up because I've gotten into fights in the past, and I figured I need that to protect myself. And I'm going to the nobility here to see if they know anything about a teleportation circle, because I would like to go visit Marquette.
Oh, is that where you're from?
My fiance's there.
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you. He probably thinks I'm dead.
Fun. I love it when people think I'm dead.
Oh, people think you're dead too?
Oh, yeah. A ton of them.
Oh, okay. Was it
How'd you
an
manage
insurance fraud scheme or?
I've never paid taxes once in my life, so no.
Oh, okay. Sorry, that's just.
How did you both manage that?
Well, when nobody's looking for you, it's easy to just sort of leave.
No, not the leaving. The making people think that you're dead.
You get into a fight bad enough that people think that there's no way you survived, and then you survive by the skin of your teeth, and then everyone thinks you're dead, and you can leave. Do you want help?
For a moment, like, you just see Thea genuinely contemplating.
Rue doesn't make this easier because she jumps in. She's like, "There's actually a number of ways. I've heard about it from my friends before. So you could commit some light arson. You could light your house on fire where you think it's going to be. Maybe find a body from like a graveyard or something. Dig it up, put it in the house, burn the house down, just disappear. They're going to assume it's you. You have someone else who can collect on the insurance. You can take that away.
I have a house.
That complicates things. Do you have a apartment?
I have a cloak.
Can you leave a piece of it behind?
I'm not burning my cloak.
Okay,
Don't
so you
burn
don't
it, maybe. Just
I've
like
left
cut a
many
piece of it off.
I've left many pieces of it behind as she kind of like holds up a fold of it, just like covered in patchwork.
Okay, so no arson for you. Maybe the fight where you almost.
Can we not
Sorry?
talk? Can we not talk about arson around the water, Ashari, please?
Oh, sorry. I mean, aren't you like really good against that though? Because you can put it out, or is it just?
Yeah,
That was
I just don't-
insensitive. I'm
just-
sorry.
Aren't you going
Water,
to Pyra?
fire, not
Didn't
necessarily the
you
best
say you're
combo.
Going to Pyra?
I mean, at some point I have to. It's not my favorite part of the Aramente. But
You're not
that's
a
in a
fan of
whole
fire?
other that's in a whole other continent. That's like a later problem.
Okay.
Right.
So
To
back to
answer your
faking your death.
question, no, unfortunately, it's not an option to. It's not quite an option.
How attached are you to all your limbs?
They are my weapons, so I tend to prefer to keep them.
All right. What about
I
like a
mean-
pinky finger?
Technically, her limbs are attached to them. Like right
Also,
now, they are very much attached to them.
Did you know that the pinky finger holds much of your grip strength?
Oh, really?
I'm testing it immediately by picking shit up with my pinky and without my pinky and just flipping it around. Oh shit! Never knew that.
Let's see. Maybe some teeth.
The pointer finger is important for, well, pointing. The thumb is important for grasping. The ring finger is important for apparently marriage one day. The middle finger is important.
Of course.
I do need all of them. I
Well-
also wasn't expecting actual answers. I kind of just assumed that you had a way that didn't involve almost dying.
I mean,
no,
I can...
there's ways that you don't have to die. I mean, a lot of the people, they don't like to get into any personal harm. You know, they're kind of they're rich people. We don't like to get hurt.
Awfully eager to help me fake my own death.
Well, you seem awfully eager to fake your own death.
You're probably running from something. I mean, everybody is. So, you know, if we can help you run from it a little better, then that's good, because then you won't be running so far. You get tired if you run too far.
But I run fast.
So
I
running
don't.
from something. You don't run fast. That's why you need the wolf. Oh, it's all making sense to me now. Okay. I didn't think about that.
Yeah, that's kind of why my tiny little legs can't take me as far as, you know, you guys can.
Okay.
You know, tall folk. And she looks
So-
up at literally everyone.
Running from something, and she's pointing at Theo when she says it, points at Aya, running to something, and then looks at did the golden
Leah
elf
said-
say her name?
Leah said
Yeah,
her
yet?
name at this point.
Okay.
Yeah.
Points to Leah. Running from or do something?
I don't like to run, so
Ambling?
neither. Maybe like a light jog.
I do like to run, so we'll call it running and jogging.
Okay. I'm good with the light amble. I'll also be light ambling towards something.
All right, good.
How about this? Let's go visit Nobility. Maybe he's got a carriage we can drive into a lake and leave something of yours behind and be like, oh no, a terrible crash. The alligators got our... So sad. If not, we ask him or her or them if there's anything big enough around for Aya to ride. We find that. We get it for Aya. A crocodile. She
you
rides a
open to a
crocodile
crocodile?
into the forest. How's that sound?
Well, if we have a crocodile, then she doesn't need a wolf, does she?
Don't ride crocodile.
I have a question.
Yes.
Don't crocodiles hang out in like water?
Yeah, they do.
We're small.
But they are surprisingly fast on land. They got tiny
Well-
legs, but they waddle real quick.
Here's the thing, right? I mean, I am a water Ashari, and I do like the idea of riding a crocodile, but
Thematic. Yes,
Tal'Dorei-
on brand.
Tal'Dorei is very much lots of land. Lots of land. And she gestures at the map. How effective would a crocodile be on land?
Surprisingly, honestly.
Yeah, they're very
it
quick
is-
waddlers.
It is on that incredibly plausible question
You should get a horse. Let's just get a horse.
that we are going to go on our break. So bear with us, folks. We'll be back in a number of minutes. Until
10.
then, we'll be back
We'll
in
be
10
back
minutes.
in 10.
So go hydrate, dehydrate, eat snacks. I'm going to eat dinner.
Don't dehydrate. What?
Well,
I'm gonna
what the
shrivel
audience,
up.
what the audience chooses to do with their bodily fluids is none of
Oh.
my business.
Jesus. Canceled.
Phrase
Cutting
it.
you off there. Going to break. Going to break.
And on that note, we're going to go to break. Oh my god, it's doing the thing again.
Zeb, that was your cue to go.
Okay.
Yeah,
I was checking something that I was preparing for the. Oh my god.
It appears that our overlay is a little bit sad. It might just be an issue with Stream Elements. It'll show up. Give it a minute.
Bully it
Yeah,
harder.
Void.
Hold on, I really need to figure out how to fix that. I'm sorry.
It'll get there. It's totally fine. It will get there. It just needs a minute.
It
Okay.
needs to, because that's the interval I have set, but I don't know how to work it to have something there. It's fine.
We can still tell stories. The captions are there.
Yeah.
The captions are there. We're good.
It's fine. As long as the captions are there, that's all that matters.
Wunderbar. Okay, so
Alligators. Crocodiles.
yes. What, my good adventurers, would you like to do now?
I would like to look out the window and make sure no one is murdering us.
Roll me perception.
Oh
It's
boy.
just an
Oh
army
no,
of
someone
squirrels.
is murdering us.
Oh no, somebody's murdering us. Oh no, a murder. Where is my modifier? There it is. 23.
Okay, you growing disconnected from this conversation about taming crocodiles and wolves and the merits of different mounts. You look out the window of the cracked tankard tavern. Oh.
You came up with that.
The Crankfern.
I do not know what you are talking about. And you can see the town is starting to get up to its speed insofar as there is anything happening in fucking Stillben. You've been here one night. You already do not like this town. The streets are dirt, which is to say the streets are mud. You do idly consider that for your apparently self-appointed halfling friend, that might not be a pleasant walking experience. You do not see anyone attempting to murder you or burn the tavern down. But with a 23, I keep wanting to describe Stillman as a one-street town, and I know it's bigger than that.
Three squirrels. Three
Like,
squirrels brandishing
the-
like
the-
Feels like it.
sticks.
the way Stillman's described makes me think of my hometown, except with less swamp. That aside, what you do see is a small knot of figures wearing traveling cloaks and moving briskly in deeper into the town.
Do they appear to be looking for something, moving with a purpose? Can I get a vibe?
Moving with a purpose, not necessarily looking for something, but they're going somewhere, and they're going somewhere briskly.
Is there any sort of... Are their faces visible to read expressions off of?
With a 23, I'm going to say you get a profile look at one face.
Are they cute?
No.
Oh, I hate this place.
The person you see is a half orc. Might have been ruggedly handsome once before someone tried to kill him with something sharp and failed.
That doesn't mean he's not cute.
Yeah,
He is
still
very
ruggedly
much not
handsome.
cute.
Okay, okay.
He is at best ruggedly handsome, at worst maimed and ugly. It depends entirely on how much of a person's face you think they still need to have
Okay. Does he appear? Is there any kind of emotion that I can sense there? Any kind of like?
He looks. Well, he's wearing a pretty permanent grimace. So with the side of his face you're able to see, it's a little hard to tell if there's a more intricate emotion because he just looks kind of like this.
Okay. All right. Then I guess the rest of the table will notice. Up until now, Thea has been kind of glancing out the window, glancing back, looking around. She has not she has not moved her gaze from the window in about 20 seconds.
Something out there?
Some things. Someone's here.
What's the read on them? Nobility, soldiers.
My bet would be mercenaries.
Ooh. Where there's mercenaries, there's money. Or a monster. Or
both.
a war crime. Depends. I'm just saying, usually they go unreported. It's not, I don't...
Geneva isn't real in this. There is no Geneva in this world.
Do we go check it out, or do we want to crocodile double?
What direction are they heading?
What direction are they heading, God?
Deeper into town.
Into town.
Well, that's where we need to go, isn't it?
I assume perhaps leader looks unpleasant.
Well, that's not a very nice thing to say. What makes you say that?
Thea kind of like points out the window.
It's definitely it's a full on. There's no subtlety. It's just zoop, full head just pressed against the glass. What do I see?
You see the retreating figures of 5 individuals in dark cloaks, moving in a loose knot, gathered around
5. Did you say?
Yeah, so a knot of 4 around a central figure, who is taller than the others.
Okay, does he look unpleasant?
He has his hood up, and by this point in time, you get a glimpse of ugly scarring that appears to have removed a chunk of the right cheek, exposing his teeth. And then you see the back of his hooded head.
I will turn back to Thea, and in a tone that she's definitely sort of joking with you. It's kind of that light teasing. She's like, well, they've got that hood up, so that's what makes them unpleasant. Then I think maybe someone might judge you as unpleasant sometimes. So we got to be careful about that one.
I mean, they'd be right about me, but...
well, I think you're fine.
Were there any sigils or symbols that were on any of their clothing, weapons?
Not that you could see.
Okay, cool.
There's 5 of them, by the way.
Yes, there's the 4, then there's the 1. The unpleasant one.
Well...
No, I could see his face, part of his face anyway, or part of not his...
Scarring.
Yes.
Pretty bad.
Which scarring is fine. That's not... I want to know what they're doing here.
I'd like to know that as well.
No one comes to a town like this and walks like they have somewhere to be.
I can go ask.
Perhaps not the outright asking, but I would be curious to see if there's anything to be overheard.
There are certain forms I can take that'll give me a little bit of that people overlook. People don't tend to look at rats or mice with any sort of suspicion other than, oh, it's a vermin.
Right. I am decent at staying hidden, but perhaps an animal might do better.
I mean, you could also come. I don't think that 5-on-1 is going to be a very good fight for that one.
If you are willing to use your skills, then I am happy to use mine.
Of course. We both want to figure out what this is. It'd be a little bit selfish of me not to use my own skills.
And should you be discovered, I will of course break my cover to assist in whatever way I can.
Idea. Great learning opportunity. I point to Aya. You can show her how to sneak around. She's got to learn it. It's useful in fights.
I would perhaps ask her if she wants to learn how to sneak around.
Do you want to go sneaking around?
Yeah, sure.
But perhaps not for this particular situation.
They're not hostile.
Listen, it seems kind of dangerous. There's 5 of them and 2 of you. Maybe I should come with for backup. I'll be really, really quiet. I promise.
If either of you come, we need to keep our distance from each other.
Yes.
Okay.
So listen, perhaps Leah, yes?
Yes.
Leah on the roof as a squirrel or some vermin. I can find my way along some of the alleys. I'm wondering if the 2 of you may be suited to blending in with what little crowd there is.
I look outside. Is there a crowd?
No.
Well, that's okay. I'm good at talking.
I'm good at blending in with trees as long as the squirrels don't come for me.
Look,
I am happy to take you along the alley, but should they see the 3 of us?
No. I like the idea of us being separate so we don't all get caught together. But if there's a way for me to kind of blend into
they're hostile, but
yeah, I mean, I kind of still want to go up and talk to them, so
that can be maybe a plan once we have more intel, because we don't know if you go up and talk to them, they might just draw whatever weapons they have and,
And what, murder a noble on the streets? That's not going to go well for them.
I don't think
know that.
Terribly worried about what's going to go well for them, though.
That's not going to go well for them.
I think you have more protection than you do.
I think I would rather know what they're doing here than start a fight, even when we can win.
I don't want to start a fight. I just want to go up and say, hey, one mercenary to another got into the business. Is there any work nearby? Or I can ask them to find me something. Fetch quests.
Certainly.
Nobles are always giving them.
But they are more likely to be talking amongst themselves if they're not approached.
Oh, that's true. Okay, I'll just go in the street and do something. Don't worry about it.
We can save your talking plan for after we have more information about who they are and what they want, because that'll also mean you can cater to their interests as well, because if they're not looking for a quest, offering them a quest is just going to annoy them, but if they are, they'll be interested and we can learn a little more.
Okay.
I'm wondering if, depending on what shape you take, Leah, you may be able to signal ruse more diplomatic natures with perhaps a shake of the tail.
I think that a shake of a little bushy tail would be good. There's a couple sayings, 2 shakes of a squirrel's tail.
Well, so here's the thing. Protection, I think I have a decent amount of. Shaking the tail, I'm not the most perceptive. Maybe a bird noise. Maybe it could be a crow.
Can't be a bird
something. Yet. Oh, darn. Okay, well, I'll keep an eye out for squirrels shaking their tails at me.
I'm working towards being a bird.
I can certainly try and mimic something.
Is it like this? Or like this? What are we thinking?
I'm thinking a little bit like this action, like something that won't be mistaken for a normal squirrel.
Okay. I see you. I got it. All right. And Rue's like adjusting her armor, just getting ready to go out and be casual.
I love this so much.
With a capital C.
I love this. Casual, capital C, TM, all that stuff.
Oh no.
Maybe if I do this, I can have a hood too. And I like flip up my shawl just a little bit. So it's like, oh, it's me and the old grandma.
Amazing. I love it.
Oh, grandma in leather armor.
It's me and the old grandma. I have no wrinkles. My skincare routine is excellent.
Dermatologists hate me.
They do. Results
Learn
in
these
30
10
days.
tricks.
Okay. I'm going to step out the back. I'm going to step out the back.
Oh, I've got a window that I can climb out of. I don't like to use doors unless I have to. They seem a little restrictive.
there is a saying that I've heard before. I believe it is 1, 2, 3, break.
Yeah, that sounds
Wait.
right.
Aya's coming with you, right, in the alley?
I thought that I was going with you.
Are you coming with me?
Is there yeah, I mean, I'll come with you. I was thinking of hiding up in a tree somewhere if we could find one nearby. So we're
I
not
like that.
Oh, that might be a good idea. Just make sure that we're maybe in like a little square perimeter so that everybody can see
Yeah.
everybody else.
Yeah, I would like to find a tree that's close to where everyone is storyteller.
Okay, well, so about that.
This is excellent.
As the four of you leave the tavern, Thea, we're going to start with you because you're going out the back, which coincidentally is the opposite direction of the people you're trying to follow.
Am I about to run directly into these people?
Well, you emerge into an alley, and you are moving through the alleys on your own, yes?
Yes. I hate myself.
Okay. Please roll me your stealth.
Yes, ma'am. That'll be a 19.
Okay. And that is going to be contested.
Please contest badly.
Yeah, get wrecked.
Yeah.
Respectfully.
I have a good stealth. Oh, disrespectfully from me, to be clear.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah,
Varying degrees of respect.
You are sneaking your way.
Sneaking away downtown?
Sneak him away.
This is a Tal'Dorei campaign, Zeb. What do you expect?
You are stealthing through the alleyway. No one appears to have seen you. That is the good news.
Uh-oh.
The bad news is I need you to roll me I believe tracking is survival.
Yeah, it's survival.
I need you to roll me survival at disadvantage because not only are you not
mud.
The alleys are mud like the streets, but you're not even in the street they're on.
Well, that was a 2 and a 4. 5.
Jesus.
Okay. You're pretty sure you're going in the right direction. They went you walk into the alley, you're like, okay. They went this way.
There's some random farmer who's just getting shadowed right now. Like, what's happening?
Well, you know what? Maybe I'll get lucky. At least I know they're going toward the center of town, so I can go that way.
Yeah. So you start heading center towards what you believe the center of town is. The better news for everyone else, emerging onto the street, they can actually see the retreating backs of this knot of individuals. So, following them, I'm not going to ask our resident squirrel to roll stealth to shadow them from the rooftops or trees. As long as you're not trying to get too close.
Nope, just staying at a respectable distance, close enough to hear things, but not close enough that they'd be like, hey, this squirrel is following us. That's weird.
Okay. Rue and Aya, how close would you like to be following this group?
How I would like to follow them, but like going through the trees if that's possible, like from a
Okay.
distance
So
where the trees are.
the good news, there are trees
Woo.
in Stilben. The bad news, Stilben is still a town. So the trees are not quite as close to each other, necessarily as consistently as they would be in a forest.
Question for you.
Yes.
It's a town.
Yes.
There are, I'm assuming, buildings on the
Yep.
sides of streets and whatnot. Would it be
Indeed.
possible for Aya to do the same effect, weaving around buildings instead of trees?
So, yes, but. And the but is the distance between the trees.
Okay.
And the buildings. And the buildings and each other.
Well,
Um,
I guess Rue is just going to, just under her breath to Aya, just be like, if you want, you can try and sneak behind buildings since the trees are really far out. Like as we're leaving before we split apart. I'm trying to, to me, this is a training exercise for her. Rue is not definitely not taking it as seriously as everyone else. Or maybe she is in her own way, but she's sort of just like, that's pretty far. Maybe we buildings,
Yeah.
you know?
And I think Aya kind of realizing, or at least in her mind thinking Rue is actually looking out for her, she will adjust her plan and like try to be sneaky, like see if maybe she can sneak like in and out of different in between buildings and stuff, just however she can't be seen. She's trying to be sneaky.
Are you kind of
Okay.
like going in my wake kind of thing, sneaking like between things like in the direction that I'm going since I'm pathing for them? Is that what Aya's thinking about doing?
I'm just thinking of making sure I still have eyes on them in case whatever you want to do.
All right. You can tell me no. Would it be
Yes.
possible for me to give the help action to Aya by just being a blindingly blue force as I walk down the street? Because I am a splash of color, at least my shawl.
I will. You know what? No, I'm gonna say no.
Dang it. I
Just
tried.
walking down the street is not enough to be a distraction. So,
Can
Aya,
I do
please,
something to make it distracting?
if you want to make yourself into a decoy, you are absolutely welcome to do something to draw attention to yourself.
Okay. I will, but I will do it 30 seconds in.
My bright side, that'll get my attention too.
Okay, so
Okay.
Aya,
I'm just gonna stealth and try to be.
roll me a straight stealth.
22.
Woo!
He's gone. She doesn't even need me.
Yeah, you. Yeah, you're gone. There's a split second where you're like, mud, and then you're off, and yeah, you're gone. You're somewhere in there. Now then, Rue, you decoying maniac.
Hi.
What do you have planned?
Oh, you know, just a little bit of this, a little bit of that. I was around mercenaries for a brief period of time. Is there any kind of insight check or perception check I can do on these guys as I'm sort of walking down the street towards them to get a better glean of like, have I heard of them? Is this a mercenary band in the area? That's that kind of thing. Or does this look to be something because mercenaries are like, I don't know, not all of them have like a certain malicious intent about them. So I'm basically trying to glean, like, do they have a malicious intent, or do they look like they're just here to do a job? Are they dispassionate about it?
I'm going to say roll me insight.
Okay. 6. That's so good at this.
I mean, those cloaks are kind of well made, but
Maybe I should get me a cloak.
it's hard to read them through the cloaks and the backs of their heads.
What's up, Thea?
Hi, I have a question. So my question is, how close have I been able to get to them? Like, I know that I wasn't able to track them, but also I didn't know which way they were going, and I knew which way the front of the tavern is facing.
Yes.
So I guess my question is, like, how close can I get to them?
The good news is you eventually find them.
Outside 45-foot move speed, which is nice.
Oh shit, she
Yes.
fast.
You find them pretty damn quickly. Once you start moving in that direction, you see them and you realize you were going in the right direction, wrong angle.
Yeah.
When you see them between two buildings, you course correct. You're able to shadow them in the alley directly next to them.
That's you.
Good luck.
Thank you. No one dies this episode. Good.
Cool. I'm just gonna be walking. I mean, fuck it. If they're going in the general direction of town, I'm gonna walk in the general direction of town too. And either they get pissed or they don't. But I'm not like trying to keep any certain distance. I think I'm walking with purpose. So if that brings me closer to them, it is what it is. Just doing my thing.
Okay. You start following them. All of you are following them. You are traveling carefully. Some of you, others a little more blatantly.
Squish, squish, squish.
I
got them
a little bit
getting
ahead of
everywhere.
them, just so I can see if I can catch a better sight of their faces.
Okay. You get ahead of them, turn to look, and you see the heavily scarred half-orc. You see that he actually is not the biggest figure in the group. The largest figure is the one in the center, who is a red-skinned tiefling who is missing one of his eyes. And now that you can get a better look at him, you see that he has slung over his shoulder a two-handed warhammer.
Cool.
Yep. The others are a mix of half-orcs and humans, all with pretty grim expressions on their face.
Grim menacing, grim somber.
Grim serious.
Any indication from the front when either jewelry or ornamental pins that might give an indication of who they are?
Roll me a perception check.
Okay, I'm sorry for who I am as a person. 22.
22. Well, with a 22, you see there is a symbol.
Symbol. Is it a sigil?
Yes. It's a sigil. I will fight you.
I know. I'm making fun of Matthew.
And
it
is I'm going to send it to you in your private channel so that you can see it.
It's a baby.
He's a boy.
Oh, he's gone. He has departed.
Goodbye, baby.
You see a tiny, tiny pin on the tiefling's cloak in that shape.
Is that a religious thing? Do I know?
That is not a religious thing.
Political?
Do you
Do I know
have?
what it is?
Do you have proficiency in politics? In history?
Politics is not.
I do have proficiency in history. Yes.
Roll me history.
All right.
I miss politics.
Not with that roll. It's a 13.
No, actually, with a 13, given the realities of a post Chroma Conclave Tal'Dorei, yeah, you know that symbol. That's the clasp.
Oh.
Oh shit.
Oh, beans. Okay. Cool. Okay. I'm just gonna file that away. I'm sitting here being like, I'm just saying quietly to myself, yeah, unpleasant.
Don't worry, they've gone legitimate after
they
the
have.
Chroma Conclave. Super legitimate.
I bet they have.
They pay taxes and everything.
Chat, they are not legitimate.
Narrator voice.
Cool.
No, they didn't. They are not.
I'm just gonna sit on that and continue to watch and stalk and marvel at Rue just like casually strolling along behind them.
She's got places to be.
Are they saying anything that I can hear?
They are actually moving pretty silently. At one point, one of them you see makes drums their hand kind of arrhythmically on their thigh. Another burps.
Are any of them favoring a particular leg or hand?
Nope, they are marching steadily.
Do they have weapons on them?
Yes, they are all armed.
How heavily armored?
We got a two-handed warhammer, right? And then something else.
We've got a warhammer. We have the rest mostly are carrying what looks like swords and daggers.
Short swords, long swords.
Long swords.
Long swords.
Yep.
Can I scroll past them?
You can absolutely accelerate. And,
Yeah, I'm bored.
And Scooby Doop your way past.
It takes literally 30 seconds of being like, all right, well. Nothing's happening. Okay, well, I have places to be. Yeah, I'm just gonna sort of like skirt on the side. It's definitely a shift from, you know how like some people when they're really energetic, those morning people that you just fucking hate. And they sort of like skip over the curve or whatever to get on the sidewalk. She's doing that. And sort of like jumps by them. And as I pass by, I want to do the thing that pedestrians do where I just clock the people next to me to get a better check as I'm passing by. Just to see.
Okay, make me a perception check.
Yeah, don't worry about me. I was just a local. No, it's another 3. 6.
Oh.
So
those cloaks are really cool.
Their cloaks are really edgy.
Yeah,
the cloaks are really cool.
They look very. Yeah, these are some fine, upstanding. Yeah, good cloaks. You want a cloak like that? That's a nice cloak for brooding.
So, am I familiar with this attire at all? Is this sort of standard clasp attire?
So no, this is standard. This is kind of what your run-of-the-mill adventuring party would be wearing.
Okay,
honestly,
sick.
because most most adventurers, especially those who are just starting out, can't exactly afford metal armor if they're not player characters. Because metal armor is expensive.
Okay. Wow, this is so stupid. God damn it. I hate this character. That's fine. All right. I mean,
I
it's
love this
twice
character
now.
already.
I've rolled a 3. It's their cloaks, man. There's something about the cloak. So as I pass by, I'm doing the over at the guy who's closest to me, and I'm like, nice cloak, man. Is it waterproof? Where'd you get it?
He looks at you, and you see that he's the person you have finger gunned, finger crossbowed
Yeah,
is
saw that.
is human. Looks to be maybe 18 years old.
Hey,
Looks
started
at you
young.
and just goes and kind of panicked looks to the rest. Uh,
Do I get a sense of which one is in charge from him? Clearly not this guy, but
oh yeah, he looks at the tiefling.
they waterproof?
Uh,
I mean, I'm in the swamp. It's kind of wet.
he looks at you and says in a surprisingly, like, he's a big muscly,
Yeah.
like, scarred dude, has a surprisingly mellow, like, tenor voice. They're not from around here.
Oh. So you guys, I mean, I guess you probably don't live here. Are you just passing through?
Something like that.
Hmm. You see any wolves around?
I mean, we're in the middle of a forest that's in a swamp. I haven't seen any, but sure you could find some. Your backstory.
Hi.
You're from Iman, correct?
Yes.
You recognize the accent. That's an Iman accent.
Oh shit.
I
Sure,
have
he recognizes mine
Yes?
as well.
a question.
I have an answer.
As Rue is doing this, could
Yes.
I get close enough where I could I get like 90-ish feet away through the buildings so that I could quietly, like, stealthily cast Hunter's Mark on the tiefling?
Absolutely.
Right. So while they're distracted with Rue, it's a verbal component. So I'm just
Okay.
gonna go. I really have no idea what I'm doing, but hopefully I can track this guy. Poof. And I cast Hunter's Mark from like be like like peeking around from
Yeah,
a
you're like,
building like 90 feet away, like
poof.
poof.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
you tag him with Hunter's Mark.
Yeah,
You are far enough away. I'm not going to make you roll sleight of hand.
just for the next hour at least, I'll be able to figure out where these guys are where this tiefling is going.
Yep. Yeah, tracking this one guy just got really easy for you.
do they seem hostile to me at all? Or are they just
Nope.
vibing? Oh,
They're
they're vibing.
yeah, they've got a place to be. You are walking. Well, you're walking with them now. Okay, cool, fine, yeah, whatever.
There's like that 5 seconds of companionable silence when you just know she breaks it again. And she's like, so where are you guys headed? I'm looking for the big guy in charge here, but do you know where he is maybe? He, she, them? Keep making assumptions. It's very patriarchal of me. I need to stop.
We're here to talk to them, actually.
Oh. Neat. Well,
Yes, it's, well, funny coincidences, wouldn't you say?
Insight check on that.
Can I also do an insight check in my little squirrel form?
Yes. The squirrel can insight.
Awesome. I love it when squirrels insight check. Oh,
Is
that's
this
I'm saying-
audible?
As a storyteller, I'm hoping you roll low as a squirrel because I think that'll be funny.
26 for the squirrel.
God damn it!
Get right.
Well, I
Nuts.
mean, it's not just an ordinary squirrel, right?
How
Yes.
how audible is this conversation?
I'd say you can hear it faintly from the other side of the buildings.
Specifically the bit about looking for the guy in charge.
Oh, you hear that.
Okay.
Let me see. So, to contest that 26, or if not that 26, then that 15. Hey.
It's okay, you can do it, but also don't. Maybe fail.
That's a 7.
Yep.
Oh, hell yeah.
This tiefling just got a little like he's not sus of you, but it's kind of a huh. Okay.
All right. So it's not threatening. Just, that's weird.
Yeah, very much like a huh.
Okay. Well, do you mind if I walk with you? I don't really know the way. It seems like you guys know where you're going.
That we do. I actually spend quite a lot of time here.
Were you born here?
No.
Oh.
No. No.
Then why did you spend a whole lot of time here? I mean, no offense, but the smell is very... I'm not used to it.
You get used to it after a while. Came out here for work.
Quick question. In the direction that all of us are kind of moving around these weirdos, is there any building or edifice or structure that stands out as maybe this is where somebody who, runs this town would live or work?
So, in another town, yes. In another city, probably. However,
That was rude.
as I might have highlighted before, welcome to
This
Still.
is Podunk. This is Podunk.
This is Podunk. Podunk, dunkity dunk dunk. There is a building that is the Capitol building, and the only thing that differentiates it from every other building in town is that it's made of stone.
Wow, they could afford the stone.
It's a port town. This place is actually kind of big for what
it's
is.
kind of big. It's also just it's one of those things where it's like the money should be here. It just isn't.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna speed up just a little bit and do a quick perimeter of that larger building.
Okay.
Where on earth did did the captains get embezzlement from?
Me? I said embezzlement. When
Oh,
you said, where's the
okay.
money coming from?
Okay, but yeah, like as this is happening, once I have heard that them confirm that they are looking for Mr. Head Honcho for embezzlement, I'm gonna go ahead a little bit and do a quick little perimeter. Nothing too thorough. I tried to say thorough and squirrel at the same time. I don't know why.
Thorough. I love it.
Nothing too thorough, but just kind of like do they have more people that are watching this place, or is there any sign that somebody inside knows that something is wrong and is trying to get out?
Okay, roll me a perception.
Yeehaw! This will go so well.
Are there hostages inside?
Are there hostages inside? 21.
Okay, on a 21, peeking out from the alleys, the first thing you notice is there are guards. There are 8 of them. 4 standing in front at the door, and the other 4 patrolling in pairs. They are wearing chainmail jerkins and armed with spears and shields. With the 21, let me see.
They're all dead.
They're actually just ghosts.
Oh, beans. They're just like pillows stuffed into some chainmail.
They're all doing a weekend at Bernie's bit.
Yeah, no, with
me.
Grumble, grumble.
You don't see anyone else.
Okay. Anything in the windows?
Nope.
How bad do I want my decisions to be?
Terrible, always.
You're right.
I support your complete freedom.
Okay. I'm going to kind of walk up to the one that's the closest to my little shadow alley.
Okay. So you remember the guards are patrolling in pairs.
Yep. I'm not trying to kill them.
Okay.
I'm going to kind of like step out from the shadows as one pair kind of like approaches.
Okay.
Is the household expecting anyone today?
That's not ominous at all.
I never learned how to not be ominous. I'm sorry, I never learned how to not be ominous.
I love it. This is so good.
Roll me a persuasion check.
Okay. 13?
It's not.
I'm
as bad as
sorry.
it could be.
I'm sorry. Who are you?
Oh, Thea, not important. Are you expecting anyone today?
Well, Thea, not important. I strongly suggest you move on.
Happy to. You are aware of the 5 really scary looking dudes down the street, yes? Turn around, go back the way you came. Take a look to the east.
I have a patrol route to maintain. Thank you. Good day. And they try to push. They move around you.
I will kind of I will move aside to let them pass, but as they kind of like get the like, you know, as they kind of like approach me as close as they're going to, I would have expected visitors from the class to be announced.
They stop.
Expected, not announced, sorry.
They stop. They turn to look at you. They look at each other.
Got mine too.
I see, says,
Well, clearly you don't see.
The guard's jaw kind of works for a second.
I'm so sorry, I'm a bitch.
And then, without another word, they turn around, they start walking back the way they'd come. Back towards the front of the building.
You're welcome. I will return to the shadows, and I will kind of like position myself at a nice little corner where I can see the front of the manor. I can see the direction they're coming from, and I'll try and position myself in the corner so I can kind of see a little bit of the side of the manor as well.
Okay.
Manor might be a strong word, but
yeah.
And I see Thea doing this.
Let's see.
I would have told you to keep an eye on the alleys as your little squirrel self, but I also would be
I
sneaking.
need you to roll me a perception check.
I'm good at that.
I
He's
believe
got
in
this. We saw
Against
the
the earlier stealth of what, 21?
It was 19.
19.
yeah.
What do I add to this?
6 million.
That's going. That's going to be a
No.
25.
There we go.
Oh yeah, you looking down from above your beady little tree rat eyes. In case you haven't gathered, I do not like squirrels. I live in the countryside. I have learned to hate them from an early age.
Squirrels are assholes. They steal our apples.
They're so cute.
And they chew on your wires.
They're
Yeah.
little boys.
But your demonic, evil, rodent eyes can see the very stealthy form of your wood elf compatriot flitting from shadow to shadow. You see the entire people skills
Exchange.
at play with the guards, and you see where Thea posts up to watch the Capitol building.
All right. I am going to get down from my squirrely form. First, I'm going to get off of the roofs because I figure it will be
Okay.
easier to do that when I'm a squirrel and thus a
You are
little
likely correct.
little guy. So I'm going to get down and I'm going to maneuver myself to be flanking the people with Thea, just as sort of covering our bases.
Okay.
And I am going to end my wild shape.
Okay. So where once there was a tiny little devil rat, there is now a there is now a golden skinned Eladrin. Rue.
What's up?
Very, very quickly, could I roll stealth to sort of
Yes.
hide back? Because I don't want them to see me.
A golden beacon awaits you at the door. May I take your cloaks?
I'm
That
gonna
is
say real
I
quick,
won't be giving them back.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
see if I can see you anyway. Oh, I maybe can't.
That is going to be a total of, I am doing math, but it's very hard. 21 for
Oh
stealth.
yeah, I can't see you.
Hell yeah.
I roll like an 8.
I'm being
Yeah, so-
sneaky today.
Before we go to Rue and her new traveling companions, sorry you guys, Rue has joined a new adventuring party.
Rep.
Yeah.
Following your beacon, what is you do?
I was trying to be sneaky.
I feel like the party is this close to ambushing these class members and just trying to.
Well, Aya doesn't even know who the heck they are. She just knows that Thea wants more information, so she's trying to get information. How long have we been following these guys since I cast that hunter's mark?
I mean, the walk to the Capitol building is like a 20-minute walk.
Okay.
So I'm gonna
Um,
say it's been like 10 minutes.
Okay. So did I see them go into the Capitol building?
Oh, they haven't reached it yet.
Okay.
They're getting close to it. They are approaching it with your vibrantly blue shawled companion, apparently
Would you
having
say-
mingled their group.
Would you say they're halfway there? Sorry, never mind. The
Are they
reference
living on a
was
prayer?
Never living on curse.
there. That's it. I was trying not to sting to respect boundaries, but also that was the reference I was making. I think I'm gonna wait.
I'm gonna throw something at someone.
Ooh, I volunteer.
Throw it at me. Yeah.
No,
We're not
didn't
going to stop
sing it.
singing.
I didn't sing it, to be fair. You can't be mad at that.
No, it's just it's just the references. It's like so many pop culture references.
So I will
Blood.
do what I can to follow them all the way to the Capitol
Okay.
building if Rue continues along with them. Just because I don't want to leave Rue.
Oh.
I'm sure she'll be fine.
Lightning strikes. Fuck the in particular.
Listen, I'm gonna keep going and try to be
Isn't it
stealthy.
weird? There was a lightning strike on a clear day.
Now there was a very crispy wood elf.
Okay, but all
Yes.
jokes aside, can I continue following and tracking
Absolutely.
and leaving? Yeah.
Absolutely.
And then I think as soon as they get to their destination and they go through the door, I'm gonna wait to see what Rue does.
Okay. Rue, you can
What's
see a
up?
building made of stone approaching.
Okay, so this has been like a 20-minute walk, right?
Yeah.
How much of this walk have I been with them on? The full 20 minutes?
I'm gonna say you caught up with them around 5 minutes in, because that's
Jeez.
about when you ran out of patience and went, my little ADD brain needs to be up there with the people.
Nah, I gotta do something. This is
I gotta be where the people are.
There's squirrels in the mud. It was waiting its tail. I'm just talking to them as I'm walking. Like I'm making It's a nice day. There were no rats in my room. It's starting out great, let me tell you. Except for the swamp bit. But so you're coming back to do work. Is it like mercenary work? Do you guys need extra hands or
Something like that, yes. And we can always use an extra pair of hands if you're willing to pitch in.
I mean, yeah, I've done a lot of stuff. I raised goats once.
That's nice.
No, it wasn't. They were pieces of shit. They're really smart. They'll like headbutt you for no reason. Anyway, I'm Rue. What's your name? Holding out my hand to take.
The tiefling. This is actually a named character, so I need to get
Give me a name, Z.
Let's see if I can pronounce this name, because
Don't
my
offer to give them a
God.
hand. They might actually take your hands.
Yeah.
No, they wouldn't do that. Just don't take my pinkies. I need them for grip. It's just my singular pinky.
He holds out. He takes your hand. Call me Larchel.
Larchel?
Yes, that is L'_ARKHELLE.
Wow,
I love it.
that's a dope name.
Thank you.
I'm just making small talk, asking them about like mercenary gigs they've done, things like that. Are there any topics that they seem to like clam up on? Or
Yeah,
skirt around?
they completely clam up when you ask them who they work for.
Okay, well, no problem.
Larkhel does the only thing he does say on the topic is, I'm a strong believer in client confidentiality.
Oh, that's smart, because that can really get you into some hot water. I met some lawyers once, nasty bunch. So much paper.
Yes, I'd rather prefer to stay out of trouble.
Just
Gives
keep it
you
on like
a
this.
gives you what would probably be a very charming smile if it wasn't for the scarring and the missing eye.
I want to ask, but that's rude. I'm like bothering him a little bit, and then I will also bother the younger 18-year-old human. So I'm just incessantly peppering him with questions too.
Oh, he just gets increasingly flustered.
Good. Maybe he'll spill something the others won't. But yeah, just going on. I will. Gosh, I think as we're approaching, I'm gonna do a quick sweep to see if I can see any of my sneaky companions to see if they're still there. Everybody was just like, "Fuck you, Rue. Bye." Oh, that's a natural one. I don't see anyone. I feel like I see a squirrel running away, and I'm like, "You son
Yeah.
of a bitch. What the hell?"
Well, natural one. Okay. No, natural one is good. Because you and I had some discussions, remember? Natural one. Okay.
Yeah. Oh shit.
Okay.
When a natural one is good, it's bad for everyone else.
I'm willing
So
to do the
let's-
Malefactor
Dude.
flavor thing.
Did we commit to doing these?
So
It's a bit.
I'm
It's
going
a
to be
bit.
doing a number of things.
Oh, this is fucking with me. Don't worry about it.
So I'm going to roll a die.
Are we going to die?
Yes.
Actually, you know what? No, I want this to be a
Me?
participation thing. Roll me
Oh.
a d10.
Gotta choose carefully. Are you a D10? You're a D10. You're so pretty. Don't fuck me. 7.
Okay. Your vision goes a little blurry. And in the blur, for just a second, well, for 6 seconds, because it's for the equivalent of 1 round of combat, you are you're aware that you're on the street,
Mhm.
but you're not seeing it.
Oh, shit.
What you are seeing is a endless expanse of plain, of a grassland, long grass,
Mhm.
rippling in a breeze that seems to have no source.
Mhm.
There are no moons in the dark sky, just a scattered band of milky light, like a concentrated stripe of stars. And the light you've seen before, everything's grayed out here.
I just freeze. For 6 seconds, I'm just frozen, just like staring up. In a face that's not pure terror, but I'm instantly in fight mode. Is what my face says as I just look out and stare at nothingness for 6 seconds. What do I see when it fades?
When it fades, you are on the streets of Stillben.
Fuck. I sort of like stumble, catch myself, and jog a little bit to keep up. Did anyone seem to notice, or am I in the clear?
You roll me insight.
Don't worry. 17.
They definitely saw, but they also saw your armor and your shield and your rapier, and they appear to have just written it off as, oh, that's just stuff.
Bad eggs. Oh, don't know if I recommend a cracked tankard. And just trying to play it off as an upset stomach as I move forward. No sign
Eggs
of my
to this
companion.
heat.
Oh,
Nope. Not the one. There's they've abandoned you. You are all alone.
oh no, they're gone.
They are
Damn it.
gonzo.
Where'd they go? It was just 6 seconds. So where did they go?
No, your part.
My eggs! No! God damn it!
Yeah, no, your polyamorous adventuring party have divorced you and moved on.
Oh, that's right. God, what the hell, guys?
We're
I
in
thought
a
we had something
divorce
going.
arc.
Do any of us see this happening?
Yes. I'm gonna say you all notice. Well, no, I'm gonna say roll me. Yes, Aya.
Am I the one that's closest to where Rue is?
You are closest.
Cool. How close would you say that I am?
I'll say 40 feet.
Cool. I have an idea.
I love ideas.
Yes.
Hit me with an idea.
I would like to
Rage?
get. I wish maybe later. When I multi-class. I would like to get within like 30 feet of where Rue is. So like if I
Okay.
could get away with approaching 10 feet, and then what I'm gonna do is I am going to use a little druid craft to create the sound of a. No, do I want to do that? I'm going to. Yeah, I'm gonna do like a puff of wind that hits Rue's cheek to try to get their attention.
Okay.
Okay, so a
Rue.
puff of wind hits my cheek.
Yep.
Yeah.
I turn to the guy who's next to me on that side, and I'm like, "What the hell is that for? Why are you blowing in my face? See how you like it." I'm very smart. I'm not very smart.
The flustering increases.
I mean, damn, that's a way of flirting. Listen, you could use a few tips. I know some things. I've been around. Just
He
think
moves
she's
to
just
the
kinda like-
other side of the group.
yeah, that's right. They always run away, and then they come crawling back. You're lost, buddy. Fine. Don't worry about first abandoned by them, now abandoned by him. Good job, Rue. You're really just for 5 people today. Good job. She's grumpy as she's heading in. She does think she's been abandoned. She's like, well, I thought there were going to be other people who maybe wanted to talk to this guy, maybe other helpful hands around, but I guess not. So that's fine. It's just me and you.
So how's our...
So sorry. Thanks for the caption link. Sorry.
How's
Speaking
our
of captions? I'm just getting roasted in the captions.
You are, yes. How's our visual on what just went on with Rue?
Insight. Roll me insight.
All right.
Anyone who wants to.
Yay, I love insight.
I'm not bothered.
That
No, I'm
is-
fine.
That's a natural 20.
Dang, that's
I see the Milky Way in her eyes.
Oh.
That's not
I
as
roll-
good. I've only got a 23, not a
I
natural.
rolled
It
an
makes you feel any
18.
better. Mine's also 23, but you know.
Oh my God, that's so
Actually,
low.
also 23.
Okay, Rue, would you like to give me a deception check to keep, if you're trying to keep it hidden and...
No, because she doesn't really keep things hidden. She's really an
Okay.
open book. I mean,
So, the rest of you see terror. Terror and a sudden readiness to fight.
so okay, I will say it's not terror.
Okay.
She's no longer scared of it.
Hmm.
It's just full adrenaline
Okay, just
of whatever the hell it is. Like, is this going to be the time? Type thing.
I get that with an 18. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You all get it. Rue wears her emotions on her sleeve.
So I think Aya is going to come out from her hiding place and say, "Hey, wait up!" and try to get Rue's attention.
Oh, hey!
Hey, are we going to meet the people in charge? I'm sorry I'm late.
Oh, no problem. I know you had some stuff to take care of, so I thought you left. Good to see you.
No, I got turned around and I got distracted. You know how it gets.
I look at the city that's like, or the town that's like 3 streets around. And I'm like, yeah, for sure. Don't worry about it. Yeah. Guys, this is my friend. Immediately introducing you into the fold.
Hi, guys.
Hello. Are you having trouble with the mud?
Yeah, and she, she just like looks down at her kind of, dirty feet because she's been outside a lot, nature girl. She really plays it up. She's like, yeah, short legs, get stuck. It's hard. It gets hard to walk.
I can help you out with that if you like. And this gigantic tiefling holds out a hand to you.
Okay, wow, sure.
He
takes
swings
this
you up
man.
onto. Yeah, he swings you up onto his shoulders.
Wait, that's so
Can
cute.
can I insight check this guy?
Yeah.
Suplex.
Roll me
Surprise
insight.
suplex.
I rolled a 13. Is he flirting
Genuinely
with me?
just
I
seems
don't
to be like-
understand this.
Genuinely, it's just like, oh, hey, halfling, mud season, halfling, mud. Yeah, that's tough.
Oh,
She's who we're looking for the wolf for, so to help with the mud.
yeah. I
Oh,
I wanted
you're
to-
planning on riding a wolf?
I mean, I could probably get away with it if the wolf's big enough.
You are kind of small. I think most wolves are big enough.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's what I got distracted about. I was trying to ask around to see where I might find some wolves, and
I'm
It's
sure you'll
hard.
figure it out.
By the way, Rue 100% believes this. What you are saying, that you got distracted asking people for wolves. And she's like, oh, yeah, that checks out.
Yeah, they don't take you seriously when you're little like me. And then she kind of pouts a little bit.
I was little once myself. No one took me seriously then either.
I don't believe it.
But then I ate all my vegetables.
How's the front of the house looking?
There's about twice as many guards now.
Yeah, there it is. Any sign of people escaping out the back?
No,
Okay.
just twice as many guards out front.
Wow. This place has a
which
lot of guards.
you can see the guards coming out and being like talking to each other, and one of them points. They all turn and look, and it's very much like, oh, fuck.
I watch them all just point, and I'm just like, are you fucking kidding me?
Do they point at the class members coming? Is that?
Oh yeah,
the
they're
inventors?
pointing at you,
Oh.
as far as you can tell. You wave, and as you wave, you see one of the guards who's wearing he's the only one wearing a helmet, smacks the guard who pointed on the back of the head, and just starts shoving the guards around until they formed a loose cordon in front of the door with their shields planted on the ground and their spears not quite aimed at you and your approaching group, but not aimed at you either.
Wow, kind of unfriendly. What the heck?
I have that effect on people.
What? But you're so nice, and you eat your vegetables. I'm so confused. Oh, this is a lot. I'm gonna step back and let him take the lead with this because I'm just along for the ride. So
I'm literally along for the ride.
yeah, we're here.
This is
Well,
so fucking
about
cute.
that, as they come up to the cordon of guards, Larkel reaches up his hand for you. Okay, time for you to get down.
Oh, thanks for the ride. And
Always
allows
glad to help. He sets you
Yeah.
down on the
Just leads
ground.
you into a building.
No, uses you like a mace to demolish half the guards.
Magic weapon! It's a magic weapon!
I don't have magic armor yet.
It's not a magic weapon yet. It's just a blunt object.
Yeah, well, she's got Hunter's Mark
If I
on,
cast-
so, you know.
If I cast Druidcraft, am I then a magical weapon?
No, maybe if you cast Bark Skin, I'd consider it.
We'll get there. We're just babies right now.
We'll get
You
there.
get set down. And he glances over at you, Rue. Been nice talking to you, but you're not part of my group, so this is my business, if you don't mind.
No, that's fine. Can I wait inside and not out in the mud?
Let's see what these fine law-abiding gentlemen think about that. And he turns to face the guards. The one with the helmet sub-sword. Nice to see you, Larkel. Can't let you in. Oh, but you're going to. And why in the world would I do that? Because I really need to talk to your boss. And if you make me wait, I might just stop being polite.
At this point, Leah will begin to draw her bow.
Aya is just nearby, right?
Yep.
I have a question. Number one,
Yes.
what is the duration check on the Hunter's Mark?
You've got about 40 minutes left.
Okay, I need to remember that for next session. And number two, how far away I'm like right there, right?
You're like 4 or 5 feet behind.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just watch this whole situation play out and then look up at Rue and quietly, like, Aya has these questioning eyes, like, now what?
You see her snap from that, like, just vibing, just along for the ride, to she's taking it in with an intensity that you saw on Thea's face earlier looking out the window.
If at any point things appear to be escalating toward violence, Thea will step out, but not until then.
Okay.
9 o'clock.
Yeah.
Is the violence gonna happen?
Find out
Oh shit!
next time.
Ah!
It is on that cliffhanger, my friends, where we leave our little adventuring party, half of them in ambush, the other half far away from the bushes, hammy or otherwise, and a potentially tense situation in the middle of the street of Stilben. What will happen? I don't know. Only the dice can tell, and my players on dice-driven decisions. So we are going to do a quick outro, which will be in reverse order of how we started, because I remember being told that. So, hi everybody. I'm Zev. I've been your storyteller for this premiere of Exandria, Shadows of the Lost. You can find me on Twitter at VukariGaming30k, where I talk about a whole lot of things, mostly nerdy culture, and now potentially, probably running a game, what it's like to run a game in Exandria. If anyone has questions about that, and about storytelling, because I actually really do love to storytell, so always happy to talk about it. You can find me every other Wednesday here and every other Friday over at Tales from the Table Studios, where I am storytelling a game of The Expanse for a wonderful cast. And that's me at the moment. Shooting it off.
It's me. You shoot it over my way.
Yeah, shooting it over to our one and only Rue.
Guys, I'm Mary, she, her. I've been playing Rue for you today. I don't have any socials, So go visit whatever Z said on all of his things. He is an amazing storyteller, so he will be a fantastic resource if you have any questions or comments or things like that. I look forward to seeing everyone. I think it's next Thursday, bi-weekly, or not Thursday, Wednesday. Oh my God, for another fantastic session of Shadows of the Lost. And I'm going to pass it over to Jan.
Oh boy, hello, it is me. I am Jen. I have been your friendly, not, I guess really not that friendly, local elven monk, Thea. I can be found every other Wednesday here, but also mostly over on the Girls Run These Worlds channel, doing things and playing games and rolling dice, and just for a little bit, not getting up at 6 a.m. on a Sunday, but I will be back to that at some point soon. It's so worth it. Oh my god. Zev's fine, I guess.
Thanks.
Hey.
Ow.
That's basically saying you're like the greatest person I've ever met. So like, you're welcome. Fine, I guess, is high praise from me. With that, speaking of super awesome people, Elle, hi.
Hi, I have been Elle. I've also been Leah, your kind of friendly neighborhood druid. Sometimes a squirrel, sometimes not a squirrel. You can find me at Sapphic Soulful on Twitter. I'm working on being more active over there, and I will probably talk a lot about the X-Men, because Be Gay, Do Crime is their motto and mine. This has been very fun. You can also obviously find me every other week here, and hopefully our the other game that I'm in, Return to Wonderland, will be back soon, also on this network every other Tuesday, or when scheduling allows. It's very fun. Come join us over there. We've got some shenanigans afoot, and I'm going to spike it over to Anne.
I don't know if you can see this, but it says, don't forget Hunter's Mark, 40 minutes.
We love to see it.
The question is, can you keep track of it for 2 weeks?
Hi, I'm Anne. This is my channel. I've been playing your adorable little halfling little sister, Aya of the Water Ashari. Woo! You can find me doing a bunch of things. Tomorrow, over on the Spectrum TTRPG channel, I'll be playing a Power Ranger. Sophie, the Blue Ranger. She's the medic of her team. She's currently in the middle of a combat with a threat that almost killed her boyfriend 6 sessions ago. That's fun. And what else do I do? Saturday is the penultimate episode of the Dragon Riders of Aome over on Dexera 19's channel. We play Quest RPG over there. It's super cute and super wholesome. Yeah, and next week I'll be playing Masks over on Girls Run These Worlds Tuesday evening. For more information on what I'm doing, follow XO_Girl Wonder on Twitter. And also, I will be uploading the VODs from this week's premieres to YouTube, and I will be premiering them on the day that they premiered, like next week. So,
awesome.
The VODs will go on YouTube a week after live broadcast, because I just decided that today. I'm a pro streamer. If you guys would stay tuned, I am going to throw us over on a raid to hold on just 1 minute. Valdrant? I know how to pronounce their name. Valdrant's channel. They are doing a Blades in the Dark hack. They're doing an Animorphs story called Morphs in the Bayou. So we're going to raid over there. So just hang on a moment for that. Remember that there are people on the stream telling a rad story, and make sure you give them the respect and love that you gave us. That being said, hang on for that raid, and we'll see you on the next adventure. Thank you. Good night.
Bye.
Good night.